Look at that, not even 10 minutes after the, well, actually, no, it's been like 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he's already started complaining. Anyway, let me jump into it. I've already skimmed through it. I haven't fully read it all, because there's a lot of... Okay, so let's just jump right into it before this video gets way too long. New update. I'm going to start with the ability interface. So, this post here basically advertises that it'll be easier to look at abilities. And judging from that picture I see here, I can't zoom in, or, well, I guess that's as close as we can get. So it does look... It basically makes things easier to understand rather than just a mountain of text that's just like, Not the best example with Indominus, since, you know, very simple moves, very easy to understand. It would have been easier if they used something very complicated, like one of their newest creatures that just has so many moves to look at. So anyway, yes, I think I like this new interface. That'll just make things easier to understand. But that's not the only thing. It looks like they have also made it so Omegas are a lot easier to get. They're going to spawn more in the wild. If you get a direct hit, you'll get 24 DNA rather than 12, which makes it gives you a chance to get more DNA without making it completely easy to grab them. What else? They basically made they have Omega Sense coming in, and yeah, that's basically it. They're also going to make it so Omegas have more DNA in events. So they're just making it so it's not going to be impossible. It's still going to be hard. I mean, I say this now, but I'll probably complain about it anyway. But I do, those are good improvements. Welcomed improvements. We also have some dinosaur, oh wait, no, that's not. We have a bit of improvements to the apexes, which is basically just, they'll appear more in events, and you'll get to give them enhancements, which really only affects my Ankylos Lux. Only certain creatures are getting enhancements this update. They will have add more eventually, but I do not care about enhancements at all, because I just do not care about the enhancements at all. They're so expensive, and they're really just not worth it. Can I not see the certain creatures that were buffed? Here we go. Okay, Ankylos Lux, now every time its shield is destroyed, if it survived, and then something broke its shield, it'll heal 15% of its max HP, which is pretty helpful. Mortem Rex got nerfed and buffed in the same update, because one of its abilities has basically made it so its Fierce Impact, which just has a cooldown of like 1, now has replaced with a really complex ability that has a cooldown of 3. So then it's going to be very hard to use Mortem Rex in battle now. Host Maximus got a huge buff. Well, not really a huge buff, just a so-so buff. And this will make it even better. Like, at the end of its turn, basically, it'll gain damage every time it gains a dodge, so that's crazy. And so, since so many of its abilities have dodges, this works in perfect synergy for Host Maximus. Arctivisalis, I don't care about the Bear King. Indolicion, I don't care about the Naked Mole Wolf. And this is the new bad boy that I hate everything this guy stands for. Two of my least favorite uniques in the game, Tyrannometrodon, which is basically just a giant cash grab, and Schoonometrodon, which was introduced to basically replace Ardentis Maxima, so you know how I feel about that. And it just has a bunch of abilities that just do so much, and it's going to dominate the arena, and I'm dreading its inclusion. And yes, of course, there's also the fact that it is a hybrid between, you know, two uniques, so that's just absolutely abysmal. Anyway, here are the dinosaur updates. Host Maximus, its Piercing Screech now reduces armor and increases its critical chance for longer, and its Ravenous Rampage, its big hit, deals a lot more damage now. It also gains a lot more HP. That's, Host Maximus, I might look into getting you soon. Mortem Rex, yes, so its main ability just becomes super... It has a super good new ability, but it takes a long time to cool down, so yes, Mortem Rex basically got a nerf. Because it'll end up like, the problem with Pokondactylus is that it'll end up in a situation where it can't use... It's forced to use one of its non-attacking abilities, and that's Mortem Rex. It'll be forced to use its regular attack, which also got a small buff, and it also got a bit of armor and a bit of health, but other than that, Mortem Rex, not worth using. It wasn't used... I just feel bad for it. Arctivisalis got a small buff. Its shield ability, which it's like alert persistent group shields is now a priority. Basically, some things to help it when it's threatened. That's basically it. There's also, like, a mountain of bugs that they haven't fixed, but they're releasing the update anyway. Also, you can go ahead and just look at these abilities when you read the patch notes yourself, because they're messy. They are absolutely messy. They did say they're going to update ability icons in the future, but right now, I guess the future is not now, because that one looks okay, but look how much it has to do. And then just look, some of these aren't even fully fixed yet. It's not even a PNG, so that's dumb. These are dumb patch notes. They really rushed this, despite the fact that it feels like, no, they definitely rushed it. Anyway, let's get to the meat and bones of this topic. The new dinosaurs, starting with Cryolophosaurus. So a bunch of these, I think there's only 2 of these that will be event exclusive. For now, anyway, that I can remember. So, Cryolophosaurus, it's going to be a big week for Cryo next week, because, I might as well say this now, Cryo's coming to JWA, and then Cryo is going to appear in the upcoming episode of Dino Duels that I finally finished, and then it's also getting a repaint on Friday, so big week for Cryolophosaurus. I'm actually very glad it came out. Yeah, it's an Omega, but honestly, I could complain about Omegas and how there's so many of them, but I don't care. It's basically the Flock syndrome again, where when they first introduced Flocks, it was amazing, and then it came out again in the second update. It's like, okay, still cool, but then they just kept coming, and they don't stop coming, and now everyone's sick of them by the end of the year, and by next year, we're like, okay, we're done with Omegas, can we get something else? That's basically what they do. Watch, they're going to introduce a brand new thing next year, and everyone's going to love it, until they just keep coming, and everyone's like, okay, can you stop? We're done with these now. As for its abilities, it's got a lot of shields. I am not going to judge whether these guys are actually meta-relevant or not, because, let's face it, every dinosaur they introduce is just going to dominate. That's how this works. And I don't care. I really don't care about meta-relevancy anymore. I just want to level up the dinosaur I think looks the coolest. Like, I want to level up Toro, not because he's strong, because I want to. And Cryo here does look really cool. I really like that red crest. Its face, I mean, yeah, is it shrink-wrapped? I mean, yeah, it's Jurassic. All these dinosaurs are shrink-wrapped. But this dude actually looks really good. Boreopelta. I love how this dude's getting a lot of love recently. As for its abilities, again, it's like, that's a horrible icon right there. They added the ×2 to it. Why don't any other, you know what, whatever. I'm not going to talk about the abilities, otherwise this video will go on forever. Boreopelta really looks nice. I think its neck could have been longer, because I think the Boreopelta has a bit of a longer neck, I think. I don't know. I'm not a Boreopeltaologist, so I wouldn't know. Next up we have this dude. This dude has lips. Vectospinus. I'm really hoping this guy actually uses the Baryonyx animation rather than the Spinosaurus animation, because Ichthyovenator should have had that animation as well. But considering Ludia has been really bad at choosing what animation to give their dinosaurs, it's like, whatever. But still, this dude looks really nice. Like, it's just it doesn't even look shrink-wrapped, it just looks very meaty. And now for another dinosaur that everyone's been asking for ages, it's Carcharodontosaurus. He looks, again, shrink-wrapped, but he actually has, like, he looks nice. I like him. I will say, most of the time I look at the profiles, I'm like, oh, what are these profile pictures? But these actually look really good. I actually feel excited for these dinosaurs. And they actually have, like, some semi-unique I mean, how much can you pose just the face of the dinosaur? So, yeah, I really like these poses. And then finally we have probably my least favorite of this update, the Ungle Bungle Stegosaurus. I like it. Its colors really do remind me of Armadas, though. Sort of. Armadas is more gray and white. This guy's more like white and purple. But I guess that's the purple that really makes me think this is Among Us, as we call him in Dinosaur King. But, he's like the least interesting of this update simply because, well, actually, at the same time he's not, because I've been wanting a stronger Stegosaurus for a long time. I've been waiting for, again, if you remember, one of my first fan-made creatures was Stegosaurus Gen 2, which is meant to be just a stronger, an epic version of the already existing Stegosaurus. But now we have Stegosaurus ungulatus, Unglebungle, which is a much stronger Stegosaurus, which is something I've always wanted. But then it's just, he is getting a skin, which I can't unlock. It doesn't mean anything to me. But he is like the least interesting here, as again, we got things like this big old Carcharodonk and this very lovely looking Spinosaurus. What's the Omega Spinosaurus just looking amazing? Boreopelta looks great, Cryolophosaurus looks great. Stego is just like, it's just there. It's the least interesting to me. I think you're the event exclusive though, so yeah. That gives me even less incentive to go after you. And now here we have something very rare. A completely new hybrid. That's just like, it's not... We haven't had one of these in ages, right? It's just a rare... It's just a hybrid between Concavenator and Fukuisaurus. Will I be able to unlock it? I don't know. I don't have a lot of Concavenator DNA in my inventory to begin with, so I guess not. Though the neck and chest of Concacuisaurus are quite strong, its jaws are relatively weak. This predator feeds by tearing off large chunks of meat and swallowing it whole. Fierce and resilient taunting counterattacker. As for its design, I do not know. I imagine it's just going to be a feather Concavenator, right? Yeah, I suppose that would make sense. As for its abilities, I'm not reading these abilities. They're just... Oh, Shattering Devour Counter-Strike. Okay. I am glad that we just got, like, a brand new hybrid that isn't based on, like... It's not a hybrid of a hybrid. It's just a brand new component. And it's already getting a unique with Tenontosaurus. Now, I guess that this is okay, because Tenontosaurus goes into... Its only hybrid is Tenontorex, and that thing hasn't been used in ages. So I guess it is okay to give Tenontosaurus another hybrid. Is it in high demand? It is good now. I heard from Lord JWA that Tenontosaurus is actually good in rare tournaments now. So that's something to keep in mind. So this thing, does it have its signature move? Rampage Intervention. I think that's its move right there. I think. I don't remember. As for its abilities, yeah, okay, reactive ability. At the end of turn, if armor increased, target lowest speed, opponent, attack 0.5, bypassing dodge. Okay, whatever. As for its abilities, yeah, it's going to have some real... Is it a wild card? No, it's a Fierce Resilient. Self-Increaser. I'll look into these more when I see the ability interfaces and how they actually improve them, because I don't want to read through these mountain of text. And now here's the big boy. The bane of the update. Although power... Did I read your description? I don't think I did. Concaetosaurus's scale pattern is specifically designed for arid environments, where it camouflages and offsets heat. In this environment, Concaetosaurus uses its keen sense of smell to hunt and may also communicate with other species members through pheromones. And now we get to the Buttface. Buttface Rex. Although powerful with teeth and claws, Skunemetrodon has an extra advantage. Each scale of this apex theropod comes to a jagged point, allowing it to rake against any dinosaur it comes into contact with like a cheese grater. Fierce and resilient, alert, expert. Although, let's face it, Skunosaurus was already, like, resilient cunning, so this dude's gonna have distraction abilities as well. This guy is basically just a wild card. He's just gonna be the king of the game, and they're not even hiding it. They took two of, like, the most, like, a creature that used to dominate the meta, followed by another creature that's currently dominating the meta, and they're putting them together. It's annoying. Alert Strike. What a very vanilla name for an ability that just has so much going on it. I think all of its abilities just have, like, slashes in between to show that this thing can really do it all. Alert Impact, Alert Defensive Rampage. Oh my gosh, what are these names? They can't even come up with proper names for these. And then Battle Ready. Look at that. This icon is basically just saying, oh, he's gonna... Yeah, this creature can just do anything. You know what? I'm just gonna read what that one can do, just so I can show you how ridiculous this is. Alert Counter. Oh my gosh. And then Reactive Ability as well. But this thing can basically... Once this thing goes for, like, Alert Defensive Rampage and then just removes all of your health, you survive, but then this reactive ability comes in, it's like, actually, no, you don't survive. It's gonna kill you anyway. Okay, now let's read that ability. That's the only ability I'm gonna read. Yeah, look at this mountain of text that Alert Strike has. And then Alert Impact comes in. And they don't even do the same thing. Yeah, they're different. Then we have Alert Defensive Rampage. There's so much reading. I don't want to go through all that. And then Battle Ready. Let's read what this does. While secure, its HP is over 50%. It gains priority. Target self. Cleanse all negative status effects. Target team. Increase damage and speed by 25% for 3 turns. Target self again. Increase damage and speed by even more. So basically, itself gains like a 50% increase for 3 turns. Sacrifice... Wait, what? Sacrifice over half of its HP? And then target all opponents. Reduce damage by just basically instant distraction for 1 turn. 2 attacks threatened... Okay, and then for 2 attacks... Oh, okay, so it doesn't deal damage. Huh. And then while it's threatened, self... HP 50% or less, Target self heals 75% of max HP. Remove all status effects. So does it heal and then? Well, it's HP percentage, so it doesn't matter. And then basically become invincible. Oh. Okay. So that doesn't deal any damage. That makes me feel a little better, because I would have been... Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to read the rest of its abilities just to see it then. Let's start with Strike. Oh, that's so much reading, though. Remove damage, increase armor by 15%. Target self. Oh, remove damage, decrease, sorry. Increase its own armor, and then target highest speed opponent. Remove dodge, cloak, speed increase, attack times 1, vulnerable for 2 turns, and while it's threatened, it just cleanses vulnerability. Target current lowest HP. Okay, I get it. Okay. When it's secure, it's a resilient strike. When it's threatened, it's a fierce strike. With some additional devour healing involved and some armor increase in both of them. Alert impact self over 50%. Target all opponents. Reduce speed by 50% for 2 turns. Attack times 1.5 bypassing dodge. So basically precise decelerating impact. Then becomes target all opponents. Then it becomes a group fierce impact. That's what it is. From group decelerating to group fierce. And this is okay. So these abilities are actually easier to understand than I thought. Cleanse all negative status effects. Shield by 50% for 2 turns, 2 attacks, and then target highest HP. Vulnerable for 4 turns, and then does this even do damage? Where's the part where it actually does? Okay, that didn't even. Okay, that was a while secure, it's priority, and then it just braces itself, basically, while also making the other guy vulnerable. And while threatened, target highest HP opponent. Attack times 2, bypassing armor. Devour heal, 80% damage dealt. Okay, these abilities, I bet the stats are really going to carry this thing, because those abilities don't sound as horrible as I thought they were going to be. But then there's also alert counter. Here we go. Self, 50%. Target attacker, destroy shields and attack 0.5, and while threatened, a target attacker, it becomes precise. But no vulnerable. Okay, yeah. The icons are very confusing, but it looks like this dude can swap between fierce to resilient, depending if it's threatened or secure. Okay, very interesting, but again, I am not going to unlock that thing because it costs Rexy DNA, and I value my sanity. I'm mostly going to work towards all the new Apexes, and no, sorry, that's I'm running out of words here. Who do I want? I like the Cry. I want that. I like the Boreapelta, but I'm not sure if I'll add it to my team or not, because I already have Uxisaurus as my main Omega Ankylosaur that I want. But this thing looks good. I'll probably get it anyway. Vectospinus looks cool, but I don't think I'll add it to my team. Carcadonk, that's a cool one. I'm sure a lot of people want that on its team. So really, the one that this, and I don't think I have the necessary resources to unlock Concuisaurus or its hybrid, and I'm not getting Schoonometrodon, so I think Cryo is really the highlight of this update for me. So yeah, guys, that's all for this update. I'll see you on Tuesday when IDGT eventually uploads a video showcasing these dinosaurs, and then I'll give you my thoughts on all of them. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.